silent echoes breathe the dust. The lantern's glow is fading low, yet still it burns with ancient trust. Across the stone a whispered tone unfolds where fallen names reside, and through the hall of shallow light the solemn chant begins to rise. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where forgotten voices wait. Let the hollow air awaken what the dusk cannot abate. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the embers softly stay, guarding vows that will not fade away. Along the walls of fractured stone, a trembling warmth begins to stir. The air grows still as years dissolve, yet fragments of the past occur. The dust of centuries ascends, reshaping shadows into form. And in the hush of sacred cold, the chant resumes, both faint and warm.
No sorrow bends this calling, no silence breaks its thread, for memory breathes within us, a flame long left for dead. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the night forgets the dawn. Let the softened glow of embers guide the path we walk upon. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the vow remains unbroken, in a hymn that still is spoken. Upon the stone where embers sleep, a distant vow begins to wake. The fading glow beneath the ash still trembles like an ancient ache. Lantern smoke ascends in rings, tracing shadows on the wall. And through the hush of a winter dusk we hear the quiet voices call.
In the light of the fading ember crown, where the fire once ruled the night, let the last remaining spark endure, till the dawn replaces light.
In the
sighs beneath the frost, bearing scars time could not hide. A thread of heat beneath the stone still flickers, though the flame has died. Silent banners drape the hall, soft with dust of solemn years, and from the corners of the dark the choir speaks in silver tears.
We gather not for mourning, but to guard what once was bright. A fragile ember held in silence, sheltered from the dying night.
In the light of the fading ember crown, where forgotten prayers remain, let the sparks that linger quietly fold their warmth into our name. In the light of the fading ember crown, where the last faint glow is found, let the earth return to ground. Within the quiet halls of stone, where fading embers softly glow, a distant voice begins to rise, a call from days we used to know. Shadows gather like a crown as lantern flame begins to sway, and through the hush of crimson light, the ancient vow returns to stay.
Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the silent echoes fall. Let the lanterns guide our longing through the dark beneath the wall.
Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the memory still remains. Sing in the whisper of forgotten names.
Upon the marble cold and worn,
Rest fragments of an older time,
threads of song we left behind.
still tremble like a faded rhyme.
The oil burns with silver smoke,
A fragile trace that lingers slow,
and in its glow the night unfolds.
the story no one living knows. Sing the chant of the crimson
the skin.
Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the shadows drift and bend. Hold the ember close in silence, for the night will never end. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the past becomes a flame and the heart returns again. Beneath the stone where embers sleep, where faded warmth no longer stirs, a single spark remains in silence, lost beneath the weight of years.
The echoes breathe along the wall, a trembling hush that once was flame. And though the light has slipped away, its fragile memory still remains.
Calling the ember that will not wake through the dust of a hollow shrine. Let the fading glow remember what the winter could not bind. Calling the ember that will not wake, where the dimmest light is sown deep beneath the earth and stone.
No fire bends the shadowed air, no lantern sways against the wind. Yet something soft beneath the sword still waits for someone to begin.
A quiet breath beneath the frost, a vow unbroken in the ground. And through the darkened corridor, the echo forms a solemn song.
Not a cry of mourning sorrow, nor a plea against the night. Only hands upon the altar, seeking remnants of the light.
Calling the ember that will not wake through the dust of a hollow shrine. Let the fading glow remember what the winter
asleep beneath the floor, a silver warmth beneath the cold, and from the arches carved in shadow, trembling echoes stir the old. Hear the breath of the deep and shrine,
where forgotten vows still shine.
let the echo rise and fade in air,
Where the silent prayers remain.
hear the breath of the deepened shrine,
Where the dust recalls the flame, and the past still speaks unknown.
the oil burns down to faintest trace, a fragile glow beneath the stone, yet in its shiver lies the binding of a promise not outgrown.
Beyond the walls, the cold descends, frost upon what once was light. But through the hush we hear a call, a softened hymn that wakes the night.
No crown adorns the ritual flame, no choir floods the ancient air, yet still the harmony returns, as though it never vanished there.
Hear the breath of the deep and shrine,
Where the hush has carved its mark,
let the last remaining embers
guide us gently through the dark.
hear the breath of the deep and shrine,
Where the vow is kept in time,
silent, sacred, still sublime. Beneath the stone where embers sleep, where faded warmth no longer stirs, a single spark remains in silence, lost beneath the weight of years.
the echoes breathe along the wall, a trembling hush that once was flame, and though the light has slipped away, its fragile memories still remain.
Calling the ember that will not wake through the dust of a hollow shrine. Let the fading glow remember what the winter could not bind. Calling the ember that will not wake where the dimmest light is sown, deep beneath the earth and stone.
No fire bends the shadow there, no lantern sways against the wind. Yet something soft beneath the soul still waits for someone to begin.
A quiet breath beneath the frost, a vow unbroken in the ground. And through the darkened corridor, the echo forms a solemn sound.
Not a cry of mourning sorrow, nor a plea against the night. Only hands upon the altar seeking remnants of the light.
Telling the ember that will not wake, though its radiance long has flown. Let the hush of ancient memory guide it back from halls unknown. Calling the ember that will not wake till the silence bends away, and the warmth returns someday. Across the halls where silence breathes, a fragile echo starts to rise. No lantern glows, no shadow moves, yet something stirs beyond the skies. Its presence lingers in the dust, a memory shaped in fading lines. And through the hush of fractured stone, a distant voice returns in signs.
Sing the elegy of the wandering spirit, where the old world fades from sight. Let the dimmest spark awaken what was lost beneath the night. Sing the elegy of the wandering spirit, where forgotten vows remain.
Soft as ashes in the rain.
Along the stair of broken halls, a whisper crawls across the floor.
No footsteps fall, yet warmth persists where it once waited near the door.
A silver feather rests in dust, a token of a vanished
name.
We do not call with sorrow cries nor plead for mourning hands. We simply breathe the name once held
In gardens now gone to sand.
Sing the elegy of wandering spirit where the candles cease to burn. Let the breath of fading memory guide its path toward return. Sing the elegy of wandering spirit and let silence bend its way
Till the soul no longer strays. Where hollow pillars hold the night, and stone remembers fading breath, a solemn tone begins to rise, a quiet hymn untouched by death. Dust is woven through the light, where silver smoke ascends and breaks, and through the vaulted empty hall, a distant echo slowly waits.
Sing the chant of the hollow pillars where the echoes carve the air. Let the ambered hush awaken all the names for
on the stones where torches died, where holes lie silent, veiled in cold. A distant hymn begins to rise from broken chambers lined with gold.
The banners hang without their crest. The echo hums without a choir. And through the corridors of night,
a faded warmth recalls its fire.
sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, where the embers faintly sleep. Let the hollow wind remember what the ashes try to keep. Sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, till the night forgets its sound, yet the vow remains unbound.
Along the gate where shadows bloom, a silver trace begins to glow, as though beneath the ancient dust a restless spark still breathes below.
The crumbled arch, the fractured floor, still hold the weight of faded years.
And in the hush we sense a pulse that trembles like forsaken tears.
No blade is raised, no curse invoked.
No mourning cried for what was done,
We simply gather in the dark,
where memory outshines the sun.
sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, where the echoes melt away. Let the quiet flame awaken what the winter could not slay. Sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, where the last faint spark remains in the stone beneath our names. Beneath the underhole of stone, where the echoes fall like leaves, a faintest tone begins to wake. From low rooms the dust conceives, silver sword upon the walls marks the traces once divine, and through the frost of buried hours descend so cold and clear, yet in its stillness stirs a vow, a fragile tone we still revere. Beneath the dust, beneath the ash, a silver pulse begins its rise, and through the dark and vaulted chamber, a pale reflection almost cries. Not spoken in the daylight, nor chanted in the flame, but carried in the silence as a vow without a name. Raise the ashen hymn of the underhull, where the stone recalls its breath. Let the embers fall like feathers, softly testifying death. Raise the ashen hymn of the underhull, where the fragile spark is small, yet still burning through it all. Beneath the granite crypt we stand, where silent echoes breathe the dust. The lantern's glow is fading low, yet still it burns with ancient trust. Across the stone a whispered tone unfolds where fallen names reside, and through the hall of shallow light the solemn chant begins to rise. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where forgotten voices wait. Let the hollow air awaken what the dust cannot abate. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the embers softly stay, guarding vows that will not fade away. Along the walls of fractured stone, a trembling warmth begins to stir. The air grows still as years dissolve, yet fragments of the past occur. The dust of centuries ascends, reshaping shadows into form. And in the hush of sacred cold, the chant resumes, both faint and warm.
No sorrow bends this calling, no silence breaks it.